DJ Mike C on the track.
Cause that be natural. Lady D. Looking tacky. I keep my game tactful. Yo. Yeah, I'm so nappy. Cause that be natural. The infamous. I ain't looking tacky cause I keep my game tactful. I'm so pretty, I'm so fabu. I'm so natural, it's like it's a taboo. I'm so filthy, got the tattoo. Fucking these bitches like I own ragu. On my business with my platoon. Getting these minutes like I'm a typhoon. Y'all is children on that cartoon.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Afros and Baby Hairs. And today I am going to be attempting to dye this onesie. I am going to be using some red clothing dye. And yeah, so I'm starting off by getting some hot water and putting it in this tub because I don't want to stain my sink. So I'm going to fill the tub up so far, basically just to cover the garment. And it said to use some salt, but I don't really keep salt, so other than the Himalayan salt. So I'm going to put some of that in there. I don't know if this is actually necessary, but I'm putting it in there and just putting enough water in this little tub to just cover the garment. And then I'm going to be pouring in about half of the bottle of the red, I think that's the name of it, dye. It says to at least let the dye sit on the clothes for like 30 minutes. And the darker you want them, the more you put in. And also, the darker you want it, the longer you let it sit. So as you can see, this onesie was a burgundy color, but I ended up getting some chlorine on it, so it kind of like faded out the color. And then it also, well, I also tried to bleach it white, and the bleach really didn't do much but make it a little lighter, so it's like a burnt orange color now. So I'm going to try to dye this back like the burgundy color. It's called eggplant, but I'm going for this burgundy color. So I'm gonna go ahead and place this garment into the dyeing solution or whatever. So I'm just going to try to saturate the garment as much as possible and let this sit for like 30 minutes. So that's what I'm doing here. And as you can see, I do have on some gloves because I don't want my hands stained or my nails stained or none of that. I don't know if it actually stains the skin, but just as a precaution, wear gloves. So yeah, I'm going to let this sit in this water, in this dye for like 30 minutes. It's going to be a second for y'all, and then we'll come back. So now it has sat for about 30 minutes. And so now I'm just wringing it out. Now, if I had anything else that I wanted to dye, I could put it in this solution. But I don't have anything at the moment that I need to dye burgundy. So I'm going to have to just pour it out. But you can dye multiple garments or whatever like that. So I'm just pouring it out, rinsing out the tub, because we will be using this again to actually soak the garment again. So you want to get all of that dye out of there and out of your sink. And mine did get a little stain, but I was able to get it out. But anyway, the next step is to actually rinse the garment until the water runs clear. Now for me, I rinsed it a few times and it was like, this is not doing much. The dye was still, coming out. So I think I rinsed it maybe 5 or 6 times and it was still coming out of the garment. So, that's what you see me doing here. But I decided to start rinsing at one point, as you will see in a moment. So as of right now, I'm just rinsing the garment. So right here, I am getting the tub again and filling it up with water, just enough to cover the garment. And now we have to put like 2 tablespoons of this Rit Color Stay solution into the water, and this helps to lock in the color. I think it's called the Rit Color Lock. So I put some of that in there, and we're gonna let this sit for like 10 minutes, you know, getting it, you know, thoroughly into the garment. So yeah, we're gonna let this sit for 10 minutes, and then we're gonna come back and rinse it just to see if any of the dye is still bleeding out. So yeah, this is supposed to lock in that color so that when you wash the actual garment, it doesn't bleed onto your other clothes. So it's been sitting for like 10 minutes on this part. So I'm just showing you guys what it's looking like versus what it was looking like at first. You know, it was like that burnt orange color. So now it's like this burgundy color, and you see the rest of the dye that bled out into the water. So yeah, we're about to wring this out and rinse it out just to see if it's still bleeding. So that's what I'm going to be doing on this part. And as you can see, so far it doesn't seem to be bleeding anymore as I'm wringing it out. And that Rit Color Lock, you can use that on multiple garments as well. So right here, I'm going to just rinse. And as you can see, it's not bleeding like it was. So obviously the color lock actually worked. So maybe you don't have to, once you dye, you know, that first step that we did, you probably don't have to rinse it as many times as I did. Just go ahead and put it in the water with the Rit Color Lock, and that will stop the garment from bleeding. So yeah, now that I see that it's not bleeding anymore, no more of the dye is coming out, we're gonna move on to actually washing the garment. So right here, I'm just putting it in the washing machine just to get a nice little wash. And then from there, we're going to dry it, and then we'll have the final results in just a moment. So right here, I'm just getting a little B-roll footage of Snoopy. He keeps following me around, so I guess he wanted to be in the camera playing around while this onesie dries. So yep, this is Snoopy. He is getting really, really big and really, really smart and really, really sneaky. And his name does fit him because he is super nosy, super inquisitive, and super intelligent. So yeah, that's him. He think he is going to get some human food. That's why he's waiting around in the kitchen, even though he has food in his bowl that he doesn't want anymore. He wants what we're eating, because I think, you know, Snoopy thinks he's human sometimes. So yeah, and that was Robin. She loves Snoopy so much as well, but right now he is more focused on trying to get some food in his kitchen. So yeah, guys, in a second the garment will be ready for me to show you the final results. We're just, you know, giving y'all some extra footage. And Snoopy snuck in a lick on Robin's face. He gave her a big wet kiss. But we don't condone, you know, animals licking the face, mouth, nose, or eyes. So y'all, I'm about to get the garment out of the dryer. The dryer, it is dry now. So let's see what it's looking like. And I didn't see any stains in the washer or dryer, so fortunately it didn't bleed out anymore. Sorry y'all, I'm trying to get the garment together. So yeah, this is what it's looking like. The light is really bright, so I'm going to take it in a different room to give y'all that natural light. So give me just a second to get it on around and turn this dryer off. So yeah, so now I have it on my table and we have the natural sunlight coming through. So it looks pretty good to me. It looks actually better than it did when I first got it, except the outline was white, but now it's more like a soft purple or a soft pink maybe. But this is what it was looking like, and this is what it's looking like now. I think it did a really good job. So yeah, I am impressed and I will be using it again for future projects. So let me know what y'all think in the comments, and thanks so much for watching this video. Peace and love. And as always,
DJ C on the track.
Cause that be natural. Lady D. Looking tacky. I keep my game tactful.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm so nappy. Cause that be natural.
The infamous.
I ain't looking tacky cause I keep my game tactful.
I'm so pretty, I'm so faboo, I'm so natural, it's like it's a taboo. I'm so filthy, got the tattoo, fucking these bitches like I own ragu. On my business with my platoon, getting these minutes like I'm a typhoon. Y'all is jersey on that cartoon, and I'm sitting on top of these buffoons. I'm so nappy, I'm so nappy. All these dudes that wanna get at me, I'm so cultured and I'm happy. Jealous switches wanna combat me cause I'm comfortable in my skin. End of the day, you lose, I win. I'm so comfortable in my ends, don't care if I make or lose a few friends. And I look like $1 trillion. Lady, he won a lotto, cause in the Lord I trust. And beauty is the motto. Naturally thick in the butt, I'm Billy Blanks on the top. Edges a little rough, just pretend I'm from a